All right, let's get to it. Make sure all of my pages that I need are up. Looks like we had a retracement to the buy side on Bitcoin overnight, which is fine. We'll get that taken care of shortly. And needless to be said, it also means there's over 100 trades to look at. So thankfully we're going longer than London. We left some meat on the bone last night because there were too many trades left to go. And I basically ran out of steam. So we had most of it called out. I think we left probably 11 or 12 trades on the drawing board last night. And if I'll be darned, I woke up with a weird crook at the bottom of my back. Been working out a lot lately. Yeah. Let's just say it doesn't feel great. I just hope it's not sciatica. That crap doesn't go away for a while. One sec. I'm still missing one link that I need. All right, here we go. I was going through and checking the damage that was done to some of the trades. It's actually not that bad. We did hit some take profits. We'll take a look at those as well. Actually, I like to do those off live just because there's so many freaking trades to look at. So let's just get to it. Oh, wow, that hurts. So no. All right, we got the Book of Meme versus Tether. I'm going to take that on a sell to 000757. Oh, God, that hurts. Benefit of kind of waiting a little longer as we are getting bigger entries, which is fine. Also provides us with less chance if we're going to hit stopped. All right, we'll go ahead and enter this trade. ME. Got 000757. All right, parameters. UME. It's a 15-minute sell. The risk is 3.21. Got an entry price at 818. We got stop at 837. Then we got take profit at 757. All right, there's the first call for Twitter, first call for LinkedIn, and for everyone else. We have the Book of Meme versus Tether on a 15-minute sell. The entry price is 0.000818. Your stop loss is going to be 0.000837 for 19 pips. And your take profit is going to be 0.000757 for 61 pips. The risk reward ratio is 3.21. Again, that is the Book of Meme versus Tether. Get both of these open because I'm going to need them. I believe Bowman is up here. TCC, Bowman. There we go. All right, we have Ondo versus Tether. We're targeting 51.66. go. The risk is 2.85. We've got entry at 54.42. We got stop at 55.39. And we've got take profit at 51.66. We got Ondo versus Tether on a 15-minute confirmation. Entry price is 0.5442. Stop loss is 0.5539 for 97 pips. Take profit is 0.5166 for 276 pips. Risk reward ratio is 2.85. Again, that is Ondo versus Tether. It's a crypto perpetual trade. But we have GMT versus Tether targeting 0.01985. All right, we've got a risk of 2.89. We've got entry at 21.15. We got stop at 21.60. And we've got take profit at 19.85. And we have GMT versus Tether on a 15-minute sell. Your entry price is going to be 0.021515. Your stop loss is going to be 0.02160 for 45 pips. Your take profit is going to be 0.01985 for 130 pips. Risk reward ratio is 2.89. Again, that's GMT versus Tether. That is a crypto perpetual trade. Next up, it looks like we have Chainlink versus Tether. That's already moved on us, so we're not going to enter that trade. We have IOST versus Tether, targeting 001828. Shorten that stop just a wee bit. All right, risk is going to be 3. Entry price is going to be 1906. We have stop at 1932. And we've got take profit at 1828. And your next call, IOST versus Tether. 15-minute sell. The entry price is 0.001906. Your stop loss is 0.001932 for 26 pips. Your take profit is 0.001828 for 78 pips. Risk reward ratio is 3. Again, this is IOST versus Tether, another crypto perpetual trade. Next up, we have JTO versus Tether and targeting 0.535. Just quickly, if you're curious why we're entering this particular trade, is because we're entering on a lower high. So price is already going in our favor. It's almost like a falling knife. Also, price is already retraced, so it's unlikely to keep going in that direction, particularly because Bitcoin's about to fall again. Now, JTO 535. Yeah, this real quick. Risk is 2.6. Again, entry 561. Got to take stop loss at 571. And we got take profit of 535. All right. We've got JTO versus Tether on a 15-minute sell. Your entry price is 0.561. Your stop loss is 0.571 for 10 pips. Your take profit is 0.535 for 26 pips with a risk reward ratio of 2.60. Again, that is JTO versus Tether, a crypto perpetual trade. Moving on, we have BB versus Tether, targeting 0.0717. All right, the risk is 4.58. We have entry at 827. We have stop at 851. And we've got take profit at 717. Okay, we have BB versus Tether, 15-minute sell. Your entry price is 0.0827. Your stop loss is 0.0851 for 24 pips. Your take profit is 0.0717 for 110 pips. Risk to reward ratio of 4.58. Again, that is BB versus Tether. It is a crypto perpetual trade. Next up, we have MNR versus Tether, targeting 9.98. And risk here is going to be 3. We got entry at 10.52. Got stop at 1070. Got take profit at 9.98. And MNR versus Tether on a 15-minute sell. Entry price is 10.52. Stop loss is 10.70 for 18 pips. Take profit is 9.98 for 54 pips. Risk reward ratio of 3. Again, this is NMR versus Tether, a crypto perpetual trade. At POL versus Tether, this time targeting 1403. Oh, sorry, 1442. Okay. Got a risk of 2.54. Entry price is 1511. Stop is at 1539. And we got take profit at 1442. All right, we got POL versus Tether. Say 15-minute sell. Entry price is 0.1511. Oops. Stop loss is 0.1539. It's going to be for 28 pips. Your take profit is going to be 0.1442 for 69 pips. And a risk reward ratio of 2.46. Again, this is POL versus Tether. It's a crypto perpetual trade. Moving on, we have IMX versus Tether. Haven't seen this one in a while. Targeting 0.36. Short net stop to right above the 800 EMA. All right, we got a risk of 2.86. We have entry at 0.38. We have stop at 387. And we've got take profit at 360. All right, we have IMX versus Tether, a 15-minute sell. Your entry price is 0.38. Your stop loss is 0.387 for 7 pips. And your take profit is 0.36 for 20 pips, with a risk reward ratio of 2.86. Again, that's IMX versus Tether. It's a crypto perpetual trade. Next up, we have BNT versus Tether. That's already moved on us, so we won't be entering that trade. We have C98 versus Tether, targeting 0.0269. Right. Just C98. Let's see, 3.67 risk. Got entry at 302. Got stop at 311. We have take profit at 269. we've got C98 versus Tether, 15-minute confirmation sell. The entry price is 0.0302. Stop loss is 0.0311 for 9 pips. Take profit is 0.0269 for 33 pips. Risk reward ratio of 3.67. Again, that is C98 versus Tether, a crypto perpetual trade. Moving on, we have Seller versus Tether, targeting 004655. It stopped right above the 800 EMA. Looks like we're getting some currency calls too, which is always cool. All right. Got a risk of 2.92. We have entry at 49.32. We have stop at 50.27. And we have take profit at 46.55. All right, we have Seller versus Tether, 15-minute confirmation. The entry price is 0.004932. Your stop loss is going to be 0.005027 for 95 pips. Your take profit is going to be 0.004655 for 277 pips. Risk to reward ratio of 2.92. Again, this is Seller versus Tether, another crypto perpetual trade. Next up, we have GOAT versus Tether. This time targeting 0.03826. All right, we've got a risk of 2.99. We've got entry at 44.75. Got stop at 46.92. And we've got take profit at 38.26. All right, we have GOAT versus Tether, 15-minute sell. Entry price is 0.04475. Stop loss is 0.04692 for 217 pips. Take profit is 0.03826 for 649 pips. Risk to reward ratio of 2.99. Again, this is GOAT versus Tether. It's a crypto perpetual trade. Next up, we have ZKC versus Tether. We're actually already in that trade. Won't be re-entering. Moving on, we have Optimism versus Tether. This time targeting 36.73. Or 37.63. Reading that wrong. 3763. Be sure to stop to right above structure. Right about right there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Risk is 2.37. Got entry at 39.12. Got stop at 39.75. And we got take profit at 37.63. Here we go. Okay, we have Optimism versus Tether, a 15-minute sell. Your entry price is 0.3912. Your stop loss is 0.3975 for 63 pips. Your take profit is 0.3763 for 149 pips, and a risk to reward ratio of 2.37. Again, this is Optimism versus Tether, a crypto perpetual trade. Next up, we have DYDX versus Tether. We're already in that trade, so we're not going to re-enter. We're in Linnea versus Tether already. We're not going to re-enter. We have Red versus Tether, this time targeting 26.92. All right, here we go. 1, 2. This is Red Risk is 2.65. Entry price is 28.14. Stop is 26.80. No, 28.60. 0.2860. 12.46. And we got to take profit at 26.92. All right. All right, it's going to be red versus tether. 15-minute sell. Entry price is 0.2814. Stop loss is going to be 0.2860 for 46 pips. Take profit is going to be 0.2692 for 122 pips. And a risk to reward ratio of 2.65. Again, that is red versus tether, a crypto perpetual trade. Moving on, we have Rune versus tether. We're already in that trade. We're not going to re-enter. We have Near versus tether. It's already on the way to the take profit, so we're not going to enter that. We have CRV versus tether, targeting 42.44. Risk is going to be 3.45. We got an entry at 44.68. Got stop at 45.33. And we got take profit at 42.44. And we have CRV versus tether, a 15-minute confirmation sell. The entry price is 0.4468. Stop loss is 0.4533 for 65 pips. Take profit is 0.4244 for 224 pips. And a risk reward ratio of 3.45. And this is CRV versus tether, yet another crypto perpetual trade. All right, we've got LDO versus tether. This time targeting 7073. I don't like this setup. We're not going to take this one. We have the euro versus the Czech dollar. This time targeting 24.1559. All right, we've got a risk of 5.29. Entry price is 24.18218. Got stop at 24.18473. And we got take profit at 24.1559. All right, this is going to be the euro versus the Czech dollar on a 15-minute sell. Entry price is 24.18218. Stop loss is 24.18473 for 46 pips. Take profit is going to be 24.15590 for 243 pips. Risk to reward ratio of 5.29. Again, that is the euro versus the Czech dollar. That is an exotic foreign currency. All right, we have Solana versus the US dollar that already took off on us. Not taking that. Solana versus Tether, same pattern. Won't be taking that. Got Pump versus Tether, also already taken off on us. Won't be taking that. We have High versus Tether, targeting 0.231. All right, we have a 3.2 risk. We've got an entry at 0.247. We've got stop at 0.252. And we've got take profit at 0.231. All right, here we go. We got High versus Tether, 15-minute sell. The entry price is 0.247. Stop loss is 0.252 for 5 pips. Take profit is 0.231 for 16 pips with a risk reward ratio of 3.20. Again, this is High versus Tether. This is a crypto perpetual trade. Moving on, we have Dent versus Tether. This time targeting 000347. And we've got a risk of 3. Got an entry price of 365. Let's stop at 371. And we've got take profit at 347. And we have debt versus tether, a 15-minute sell. Entry price is 0.000365. Stop loss is 0.000371 for 6 pips. Take profit is 0.000347 for 18 pips. Risk to reward ratio of 3. Again, this is dent versus tether, a crypto perpetual trade. All right, we're in Alice versus Tether already. We won't be re-entering. We're in 1 versus Tether already, I think. No, we're not. Okay. Going to be taking this to 00452. And we've got a risk of 2.33. Got an entry price of 487. Got to take stop of 502. Set 15. Yeah. Got to take profit of 452. All right, we've got 1 versus Tether. 15-minute sell. The entry price is 0.00487. Stop loss is 0.00502 for 15 pips. Take profit is 0.005452 for 35 pips. Risk reward ratio is 2.33. Again, this is 1 versus Tether, a crypto perpetual trade. We are already in NMR. We're not in Matisse. Matisse targeting 8.053. And we've got a risk of 2.73. We've got an entry at 8.438. Got to stop at 8.579. And we've got to take profit at 8.053. right, we have Matisse versus Tether on a 15-minute sell. Entry price is 8.438. Stop loss is 8.579 for 141 pips. Take profit is 8.053 for 385 pips. And a risk reward ratio of 2.73. Again, this is Matisse versus Tether, a crypto perpetual trade. Next up, we've got Form versus Tether. I believe we're already in this one. We are. We have Alt versus Tether, targeting 0.01258. Okay, I don't have this one. Sorry. Okay, we got 5.37 is the risk. Then entry at 1575. We got stopped at 1634. We got take profit at 1258. Keyboard sticking a little bit. There we go. Much better. All right, we've got Alt versus Tether on a 15-minute sell. Your entry price is 0.01575. Your stop loss is 0.01634 for 59 pips. Your take profit is 0.01258 for 317 pips. And a risk to reward ratio of 5.37. Again, that is Alt versus Tether, a crypto perpetual trade. Moving on, we have TIA versus Tether. This time targeting 0.713. Oh. All right, it's going to be a risk of 4.27. We got entry at 777. got stop at 792. You got to take profit at 713. Next up, we have TIA versus Tether, a 15-minute sell. Entry price is 0.777. Stop loss is 0.792 for 15 pips. Take profit is 0.713 for 64 pips, with a risk to reward ratio of 4.27. Again, that is TIA versus Tether. It's a crypto perpetual trade. All right, we're in Ordi, I think. No, we're not. All right, so this is Ordi targeting 4.398. All right, risk is 3.16. We got an entry at 4.742. Got stop at 4.851. And we got take profit of 4.398. We got Ordi versus Tether on a 15-minute sell. Your entry is 4.742. Your stop loss is 4.851 for 109 pips. Your take profit is 4.398 for 344 pips. Risk to reward ratio of 3.16. Again, that's Ordi versus Tether, a crypto perpetual trade. Moving on, we have Chainlink versus Tether, targeting 12.77. We got a risk of 2.96. Got an entry price at 13.51. We got stop at 13.76. And we've got take profit at 12.77. We have a little chain link versus tether on a 15-minute sell. Your entry is 13.51. Your take profit is 13.76 for 25 pips. Your take profit is 12.77 for 74 pips. And a risk to reward ratio of 2.96. Again, that is chain link versus tether, a crypto perpetual trade. Moving on. Okay, ARB versus tether, targeting 2290. All right, this is going to be a risk of 2.55. We got entry at 2374. Got stop at 2407. We got take profit at 2290. Got an ARB versus tether on a 15-minute sell. Entry price is going to be 0.2374. Your stop is going to be 0.2407 for 33 pips. Your take profit is going to be 0.2290 for 84 pips. Risk reward ratio is 2.55. And that's ARB versus tether in crypto perpetual trade. We have XXT versus tether targeting 0.0357. There we go. And we've got a risk of 4. Got an entry price at 397. Got stop at 407. And we got take profit at 357. And we've got XST versus Tether, 15-minute sell. Entry price is 0.0397. Stop loss is 0.0407 for 10 pips. Take profit is 0.0357 for 40 pips. With a risk to reward ratio of 4. Again, this is XST versus Tether, a crypto perpetual trade. Arms stretch. All right, we got dogs versus Tether. This time targeting quadruple 0424. And so this is going to be a 5. Got an entry at 514. Got stop at 532. And we got take profit at 424. Okay, what the heck's going on? Looks like I got issues real quick. One second, I gotta reload one of my platforms. There we go. All better. We have dogs versus Tether. 30-minute confirmation sell. The entry price is 0.0000514. Stop loss is 0.0000532 for 18 pips. Take profit is 0.0000424 for 90 pips. With a risk to reward ratio of 5. Again, this is another crypto perpetual trade. Next up, we have me versus Tether. This time targeting 0.37. All right. This is going to be 4.8. We've got an entry at 394. Get stop at 399. And we've got take profit at 370. All right, we've got me versus Tether on a 15-minute sell. The entry price is 0.394. Your stop loss is going to be 0.399 for 5 pips. Your take profit is going to be 0.370 for 24 pips. And a risk reward ratio of 4.80. Again, that is me versus Tether. That is a crypto perpetual trade. It looks like we have gold versus the Australian dollar. That's already taken off on us, so we won't be entering that trade. We have IOTEX versus Tether. This time targeting 00948. All right, we get a risk of 3.75. We've got entry at 978. Got stop at 96. And we've got take profit at 948. All right, sorry about that. Got interrupted by a phone call. All right, we got IOTX versus Tether, 15-minute confirmation sell. Your entry price is 0.00978. Your stop loss is going to be 0.00986 for 8 pips. And your take profit is going to be 0.00948 for 30 pips with a risk reward ratio of 3.75. Again, that's IOTEX versus Tether, a crypto perpetual trade. All right, we're in IMX, so we're not going to re-enter. We're in high. We're in IOST. We are not in anchor. So it's going to be targeting 00841. Go ahead and hop in this real quick. Say 4-1, right? Yeah. All right. Oops. Wrong thing. And KR. Risk is 3.5. Take profit is 862. Stop is 868. And take profit is 841. All right, we got Anchor versus Tether on a 15-minute sell. Your entry price is 0.00862. Your stop loss is 0.00868 for 6 pips. Your take profit is 0.00841 for 21 pips. Risk reward ratio 3.50. Again, this is Anchor versus Tether. Yet another crypto perpetual trade. All right, we got Sonic versus Tether. Targeting 0.09367. All right. And the risk is 3.28. Entry price is going to be 95.21. Stop is going to be 95.68. And take profit is going to be 93.67. All right, we've got Sonic versus Tether on a 15-minute sell. Your entry price is 0.09521. Your stop loss is going to be 0.09568 for 47 pips. Your take profit is going to be 0.09367 for 154 pips. And a risk reward ratio of 3.28. Again, this is Sonic versus Tether, a crypto perpetual trade. All right, we have True versus Tether. This time targeting 0.0130. We ought to finally be making a dent in these signals at the speed we've been moving. Did tell you guys that we're over 100 before we got started. 0.0140. Stop loss 0.0142. That's a really tight stop. Okay. And 0.130. All right, it's going to be true versus tether. I'm on 15-minute sell. The entry price is 0.0140. The stop loss is 0.0142 for 2 pips. The take profit is 0.0130 for 10 pips with a risk reward ratio of 5. Again, this is true versus tether, a crypto perpetual trade. Moving on, we have seller versus tether. We're already in this trade. We have one versus tether. We're already in this trade. We have Atom versus tether, targeted 2.808. Short that stop. All right, we got a risk of 3.17. We got entry at 3.014. We got stop at 3.079. And we've got take profit at 2.808. All right, we have Atom versus Tether. 15-minute sell. The entry price is 3.014. Your stop loss is going to be 3.079 for 65 pips. Your take profit is going to be 2.808 for 206 pips. And a risk to reward ratio of 3.17. I'm going to take a brief pause here. If you haven't already done so, I would appreciate it if you would drop a follow, drop a like to the video, or turn on those notifications to keep abreast of when I do go live in the market. Let's get back to it. We got Saga versus Tether. This time targeting 0.054. A 50% drop. Okay. Not aggressive, but I like it. All right, we got a 3.5 risk. We got entry at 11:35. We got stop at 13:05. Then we got take profit at 0.054. What's that? 5.95. Okay, here we go. We got Saga versus Tether on a 15-minute sell. Your entry price is 0.1135. Your stop loss is 0.1305 for 170 pips. And your take profit is 0.0540 for 595 pips with a risk reward ratio of 3.50. Again, this is Saga versus Tether, yet another crypto perpetual trade. All right, we got Rez versus Tether. Don't think we're in this one either. We'll be targeting 00606. Okay. RZ. Risk is 3.34. You got entry at 773. Got stop at 823. And we've got take profit at 606. All right, we have Reds versus Tether, a 15-minute sell. Your entry price is 0.00773. Your stop loss is 0.00823 for 50 pips. Your take profit is 0.00606 for 167 pips. And a risk to reward ratio of 3.34. Again, that's Reds versus Tether, another crypto perpetual trade. Believe we're already in dent. Yep. Believe we're in GMT. Yep. All right, we got Layer versus Tether targeting 2014. A crap load of freaking signals. Jeez. All right, we'll get to that in a second. 2.35. We got entry at 20.54. We got stop at 20.71. And we got take profit at 2014. We got layer on a 15-minute sell. The entry price is 0.2054. Stop loss is 0.2071 for 17 pips. And our take profit is 0.2014 for 30 pips. Risk reward ratio of 2.35. And that's a layer versus Tether, another crypto perpetual trade. We're in this one already on the 2 hour. We're in POL. We're not in ID. And we have ID topping 0.834. I would imagine that the reason why these signals are going crazy is we're hitting take profits left and right. So we got a deluge of profit incoming. I'm not even going to take ID because it's so short. I don't like that setup. It gives me the willies. Same thing there. We're in an arbiter already. We're in order. Trump versus Tether. We're in dogs. We've got silver versus the United States dollar. Yes. We're going to take this on a buy to 52.37705. Be careful on your lot size on this if you're taking this. This is a commodity, and silver moves quite quickly. It is also about 10 times more heavily weighted than a regular Forex currency. So do not over leverage. Trust me, you'll thank me later. All right, we got silver targeting 52.37705. Let me hop in this bad boy real quick. All right, all done. XNG USD. So this is a buy. We got a risk of 4.71. Our entry is going to be at 50.97667. We got stop at 50.67926. And we got take profit at 52.37705. Okay. You've got silver versus the United States dollar on a 15-minute buy. Your entry price is 50.97667. Your stop loss is 50.67926 for 2,974 pips. Your take profit is 52.37705 for 14,004 pips and a risk reward ratio of 4.71. Again, this is silver versus the United States dollar. It is a commodity. All right, we're already in the book of meme. You see it significantly into profit. LDO already hit take profit. Spell already hit take profit. Orca already hit take profit. Ape hit take profit. So we need to move this over actually. And I'll pull that later to get that called out. Congratulations on those of you that took that trade, by the way. We have Optimism, which is on its way to take profit. This is going to be a pretty big day for us. We might have an outside chance at a $30,000 day. BNT hit take profit. All right, we got two futures. The first is micro silver, and we also have silver. We're going to take both of these. First up, micro silver. We're going to be targeting 52.075. This is SIL1 on a buy. It's micro silver. Got a risk of 5.73. We got entry at 50.7. We got stop at 50.46. Oh, crap. I nuked my window. Now I got to do this again. All right, so this is SIL1, micro silver, 5.73, entry at 50.7. All right, we're going to stop at 50.46. And we got take profit at 52.075. There we go. Looks like we're getting more and more, which is fine. We got SIL1. This is the future on micro silver. 15-minute buy. Your entry price is at 50.700. Your stop loss is at 50.460 for 48 pips. Your take profit is at 52.075 for 275 pips. with a risk reward ratio of 5.73. If you are interested in futures, I use Top Step X for mine. There are several other brokers that have these as well. But that is the future on micro silver. All right, next up, we have the futures on silver. This time targeting 52.015. SI1 is on silver itself as a buy, risk of 5.23. We've got an entry at 50.76. Got stop at 50.52. And we've got take profit at 52.015. Got dings galore, don't? Oh, let me make sure I got that right. I did. Groovy. All right, we have the future on silver. 15-minute buy. The entry price is 50.760. Stop loss is 50.520 for 48 pips. Take profit is 52.015 for 251 pips. Risk reward ratio of 5.23. Now, the leverage on futures are quite larger than regular pairs. You're likely going to make a couple of $1,000s off of either one of those trades. Well, micro super, silver, a couple of hundred. Definitely a couple of thousand off the silver trade. So this is distracting me. All right, we're already in C98. As you can see, it's significantly in the profit. We called that earlier, about an hour ago. And we have open versus tether. That is now in profit. We have goat versus tether, also in profit. We have hot versus tether. We're already in that trade, and it is in profit. We have with versus tether that already hit take profit. Too late to enter. We have ENS versus tether. We called that earlier, actually in the London session, and it hit take profit. So let me get this over to the green section. All right. Cooking with gas today. We've got Floki versus tether. Also hit take profit. Let me go ahead and get this moved over to the green section. Again, congratulations for you that were up with me for London and won those trades. We're going to have a lot of fun today, I'll tell you that. Have Aster versus Tether that also hit take profit. Again, congratulations for those of you that joined me for London. I heard a lot of dings, so I'm pretty sure we hit a lot of these. Goes another one, ACH versus Tether. Another win from London. We have another one that's TIA. We just called this, and it's significantly in a profit after just 1 hour. We have Pingu versus Tether that already hit take profit. Okay, that was red versus tether. Hasn't hit take profit yet, but it's damn close. And we just called that an hour ago. All right, we've got Prove versus Tether from London, significantly into profit. We have Saga, which we just called. We're not going to re-enter. We have Cookie versus Tether. This is for London, also significantly into profit. We have another take profit smashed. This is Engine versus Tether, also called in London. Get this moved over. I'll do a full sweep of this stuff after we get off the live because I want to focus on the signal calls. Have another take profit smash from DYDX versus Tether. We just called Ondo versus Tether. We got take profit smashed already. Congratulations on you that took that trade. That's from this session. We have Doge versus the United States dollar. That was from London. That's a spot trade. Congratulations on those of you that took it. We got Doge versus Tether. Another take profit from London. Congratulations. Yeah, buddy. It's going to be a huge day for us today. We have Jupiter versus Tether that hit take profit. Doesn't look like we took that one. We've got SWE versus Tether, another take profit smash from London. 379 pips. Let's go. We have Stellar Lumens. I don't believe we took that one. Probably got called after I went to sleep. We have JTO versus Tether from this session. Take profit smashed. We have Wall versus Tether from the London session. Take profit smashed. We have Ray. Take profit smashed. We have Alice. That is in profit. We'll wait on that a little bit longer. We have Alt versus Tether. We just got into this. We have the Great British Pound versus the Danish Krone. Not going to fall into that one. We have Tron versus Tether. Take profit smashed. That was called in London. We have the Euro versus the Great British Pound that already hit stop loss. The trade is invalidated. We have Platinum versus the United States dollar, also in profit. We have H-bar versus Tether, take profit smashed. We have CRV versus Tether, take profit smashed. That was called about an hour ago for New York. We have Platinum as a future, also in profit. You should be up several $1,000s if you took that trade already. We have Reds versus Tether. We literally just got into that trade. We have the Euro versus the Hungarian Florent. We will. This is going to be a sell targeting 379.916. This is an exotic Forex currency. And it does move very fast. Let's give ourselves a little extra room here. Jeez, I'm going to be... I guess I can forget my nap before the gym today. I got to see what we've won. Probably won at least 30 trades. Okay. Explains why we kept getting all those damn dings. All right, the euro versus the Hungarian florin. This is a sell. Got a risk of 4.07. There's another one. 382.114. You got to stop at 382.654. And we got a take profit at 379.916. All right, here's your next signal. And we have the euro versus the Hungarian florin. It's a 15-minute sell. Your entry price is 382.114. Your stop loss is 382.654 for 54 pips. Your take profit is 379.916 for 220 pips. And a risk to reward ratio of 4.07. Again, this is the euro versus the Hungarian florin. It is an exotic Forex currency. All right. I'll pause really quickly. If you haven't already done so, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe, like the video, and turn on those notifications to keep abreast of when we go live in the market. Let's get back to the action. Getting closer and closer to finally being caught up for the morning. All right, we got take profit smash on the AAVE versus Tether. We got take profit smash on Solana versus Tether. We have take profit smash on the Australian dollar versus the Japanese yen. I already got that one. Yeah. So all of these gotta get flushed out. And I know there's more. All right, XST, that's already in profit. We just called that 15 minutes ago. These are the Russell 2000s. And we did not take Great British Pound Sterling versus the Danish Krone, or Euro versus the Great British Pound, or Euro versus the Polish Zloty. This is ZF1. I don't even know if we're on that. It's the 30-year Treasury note. It's a 10-year Treasury note. And we're almost to take profit smashed on micro Bitcoin, targeting 88,385. This was actually up when we were at the end of the London session, but I was so tired, I just did not call it. But it's about to hit take profit. Oh my God, we just got a sell average. This is going to be fun. Yeah. And we've got take profit smashed on AIXBT, another crypto perpetual trade. Hold on. No, it's not take profit. It just flagged it again for another sell. We're not going to re-enter. All right, we've got gold versus the Australian dollars retraced, so we can enter this. We're going to take it on a buy to 6357.529. And this is gold versus the Australian dollar. It's the 15-minute buy. We got a risk of 3.59. We've got entry at 6285.766. We got stop at 6265.75. And we got take profit at 6357.529. All right, next up, we have gold versus the Australian dollar on a 15-minute buy. The entry price is 6285.766. Stop loss is 6265.785 for 1,998 pips. Take profit is going to be 6357.529 for 7,176 pips and a risk reward ratio of 3.59. This is gold versus the Australian dollar. It is a commodity. It is heavily weighted, so be careful on your lot size here. But yeah, that's going to be a nice little trade for us. Next up, we have the Euro 50. That's already moved on us. It is an indice. It's a top 50 companies in the European Union. It's kind of like their equivalent of the S&P 500. We're not going to enter that though. All right, we got a reconfirmation on our sell in the United States dollar versus the Hungarian forint. We're not re-entering. We have take profit smash on Solana versus Tether. We already looked at ZN and ZT. It's kind of moved on us on towns. We're not going to enter that. And we have take profit smashed on the New Zealand dollar versus the Japanese yen. Congratulations for those of you that took that. Looks like I already have it marked off, so it's fine. Hold on, that was BB versus Tether. Let's take a look. All right, so it's a reconfirmation on a different time frame. Have XPL versus Tether, another take profit smash. Have the United States dollar and the Hungarian forint with a 1-hour confirmation. We're not going to re-enter that. We have Litecoin versus the United States dollar. We call that on London. Take profit smashed. Why don't I see it? There's a spot. All right, I'll get that switched over. Got the euro versus the Czech dollar, not re-entering. Got the United States dollar versus. Looks like we've got some calls on crude oil. All right, this is the future for heating oil. It is validated, so we're not going to enter that trade. Got the euro versus New Zealand dollar. That's more than 50% of the way to take profit, so we're not going to enter that. We have Litecoin versus Tether that hit take profit. We have the euro versus the Polish zloty that hit stop loss. We won't be entering that. Have the New Zealand dollar versus the Canadian dollar. We will be entering this, targeting 0.78453. NZD, CAD. This is a sell. With a risk of 4.73. We've got entry at 78964. We've got stop loss at 79072. And we've got take profit at 78453. All right, we have the New Zealand dollar versus the Canadian dollar on a 15-minute sell. The entry price is 0.78964. Your stop loss is going to be 0.79072 for 11 pips. Your take profit is going to be 0.78453 for 51 pips. And a risk to reward ratio of 4.73. Again, that is the New Zealand dollar versus the Canadian dollar. It is a minor currency pair. They also call them cross pairs. All right, we've got near versus tether that hit take profit. We have Bitcoin versus the United States dollar. Recall this at London. Absolute demolishment for 285,694 pips. Let's go. I love it. That's how you do it there. We also have Bitcoin versus Tether, another take profit smash from London, this time for 291,953 pips. So we officially have a 600,000 pip day and counting. So outside chance of getting that million pips we talked about just today. I just have to do the tally. I'm not quite sure how far we got, but yeah, this is wonderful. All right, we got Chainlink versus Tether, again, significantly in the profit. We just literally called this an hour ago. We know about Solana versus the United States dollar and Solana versus Tether. Both of those hit take profit. We have KMNO. We called that in London. Take profit smash for 202 pips. Yet another win. All right. 30 minutes separately, so we didn't double up on Bitcoin. I was so damn tired around 4 a.m. I should have called it. We would have doubled up on Bitcoin, but I didn't do it. All right, another take profit smash from London. This is Zero versus Tether. Again, congratulations for those of you that got up early with me. Those setups hit different. We have Giggle versus Tether, another win from London. We have Micro Bitcoin. We did not call this, but take profit smashed. We have IP versus Tether, another take profit smashed. We called this last week, actually. We have Cato versus Tether, another take profit smash from London. We have Mina versus Tether, another take profit smashed. This is from, hold on. Did I get this right? Looks like there's a smaller position in there. I just can't tell. There is one. I just can't grab it. There we go. I almost had it. There we go. That was for London. We got a 30-minute and a 15-minute. The 15-minute hit take profit. So that is a win on Mina versus Tether. We'll get that flagged out as well. Congratulations to those of you that took it. We have HO1. This is an invalidated trade on heating oil. Have Zero versus Tether. We know about that. We already moved it. We have Rune versus Tether. Another take profit smash from London. We have Babylon versus Tether. Another take profit smash from London. Have UK oil, and looks like that trade invalidated itself. We have platinum versus the United States dollar. We're significantly in the profit there. If you're still in that trade, you're probably up close to $6,000 in profit. Congratulations. Okay, so we have the US 30. This is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's going to be called out in about 15 minutes. All the rest of the stuff is fresh, so we'll catch it as it comes in. So we fall into a 15-minute pacing of calls. We're almost already at the end of the session, which is 11 a.m. We've been calling trades basically nonstop for over 2 hours. I mean, we've been really after it. London was the same way, 2 hours of straight heat. So I have no idea how much we've won in total, but I'll figure that out after we get off the live. That part is kind of tedious and a little boring, and people don't like to watch it. So I'll do that on my own. But needless to say, we had a really, really absurdly massive day today. Truly absurd. So many freaking wins. Wow. It's just a blessing to be able to do this, man. So, look, my smell was when I learned how to trade 12 years ago, I had to pay an arm and a leg to learn how to trade. And I learned the basics. I had to refine my skills over time. What I did not have was the benefit of a mentor who was going to help me learn how to profit. So my goal when I first started trading is I wanted to be one of the best signal callers on the face of the planet. And I feel like I am. And I do this every day. The proof is in the pudding. I'm not bullshitting around. I'm never going to put this behind a pay gate. So you guys are welcome to kind of join. I want to change the trajectory of people's lives. All right, we got the US 30 on a 7. Be very careful on this indice. It is 100 times more weighted than a currency, and it moves very fast. Do not over leverage, or I promise you your account will disappear. Got to take this above the 13 EMA with a 2.86 risk, targeting 45.59980. Gonna hop in this myself real quick. Hmm, 45,599.80 on a short. All right. Let's get the parameters for this. Then we'll see if we can get through the rest of these. I'll stay up past the 11 o'clock hour just to review the rest of the trades that are already in queue. And then I'm going to come to a stop for the day. To get some rest before I hit the gym. And been hitting it hard today. All right, 46, 282, 42. We got stop loss at 46, 521, 24. That's for 23.82. And we've got to take profit of 45, 599.80. For 68, 262. Again, this is the most dangerous index in the world to trade. Please, for the love of God, do not over leverage simply because you know you're going to win. It's only going to take one bad turn for you to blow your account, and you don't want to do that. Yes, we win at a high clip, but don't get greedy. Grow steadily. US 30, it's a 15-minute sell. Entry price is 46282.42. Stop loss is 46521.24 for 23,882 pips. Take profit is 45599 for 80.80 for 68,262 pips and a risk reward ratio of 2.86. Now, if you take this trade on a regular lot size, this is 0.01. If you have a 1 to 100 leverage, you should profit about $682.62. If you have 1 to 200 leverage, you're going to profit about $1,600. If you're fortunate enough to have a broker that has this on 1 to 500 leverage, you're going to make a nice little chunk of change. Probably close to 28 to 30 grand. So just be careful. You don't have to be greedy here. This is the US 30, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and it is an index. Let's get this marked off. Oops, wrong color. All right. We looked at Euro versus NZD. It's a long. It won't mark itself off until 11 a.m. We have take profit smash finally on micro Bitcoin. That's a futures. Looks like we have retracement on QM1, which is good for us because we're going to sell on it. We have retracements on MCL1. This is micro crude oil. That's in our favor. We have retracement on CL1. This is crude oil. That's also in our favor. So for those of you who took those trades last week, you're significantly in the profit on those futures. Now you can do one or two things because you're probably up like maybe 3,000 per each one of those trades. You can not be greedy and just close the trades and take your money. That's what I would recommend you doing. If you're not for the faint of heart and you just want to ride it to take profit, you can do that as well. But I'm a fan of the fact that if you're growing your account and you're new to trading, take your money. You can't go broke by splashing blue. All right, we got Room versus Tether. That's another take profit. That was from London. Let's grab that. If we haven't already done so, and we have. All right, we've got YM versus Tether. YM1, sorry. I don't even remember what future that is. That's the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So we've got the Dow Jones Industrial Average on the futures. We also have the mini Dow Jones Industrial Average on the future. That's going to be called out at 11:10. So I'll stay on for that. We also have platinum. We're significant in profit there. We're not going to recall that, obviously. And we have Great British Pound versus the United States dollar. This time on a short, that'll be called out at the top of the hour as well. So we'll stay until 11:10. These are the last 4 trades that we'll call out. One moment. Okay. Now we wait. It's good to not be talking for once. All right, to give you guys an idea of what's been going on, let's take a look at Bitcoin versus Tether. And essentially, what's going on is you have record cash outflows from Bitcoin, and people are taking out of their money out of Bitcoin, apply it into Ethereum, take it out of Ethereum and using it to purchase altcoins. They're loading up on altcoins. This is the reason why Bitcoin is going down. Now, theoretically, what you want to see if you want to make money in cryptocurrency is you want the price of Bitcoin to decrease. At the same time, you need Bitcoin dominance to be down. And at the same time, you need Ethereum versus Bitcoin to be up. We don't have that perfect trifecta right now. What you want to do is you want to follow the money. So I'm going to show you a site that's one of my favorites. This is cryptobubbles.net. Cryptobubbles.net. As you look at it, Bitcoin has lost 1.4% in market cap today. Ethereum has lost 2.4%. So again, money has left Bitcoin. They purchased Ethereum. Money has left Ethereum. Now, if we look at the last hour, we start to see where this money is going. People are dumping their money out of cryptocurrency. So all the gains that we saw in the London session where these coins were all pumping, they've now taken their money out. And the cycle is going to start again. If you look at it from a day, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Zcash, for instance, is up almost 1,500% this year. I remember in December it was barely over $270. It's trading at over $600 per coin now. And there are other coins that kind of have this going on as well. But as you can see, the ones that are in green, this is where the money's going. This is where you want your focus to be. And this is just the top 100 coins. As you can see, Zcash steadily gaining. This is all week. It's up 37.7% this week. But STRK, which is kind of new to the realm, it's up 75.7% this week. Just in London, when we looked at this around 2 a.m. in the morning, all of these bubbles damn near were green, which means that in the last 6 hours or so, people have taken their money out of the cryptocurrencies. So they're putting their money in for the coins to pump, and then they're taking their money out so they can be cash rich for another dump. And they're doing this because Bitcoin itself is still crashing, which makes it cheap. Which means when the coins back up, you get another shot at making money. It's just a smart move. So that's the play here. You need to start loading up on cash. And if you're not going to directly purchase the coins, you need to be looking at the ETFs. So right now we have Bitcoin ETFs and Ethereum ETFs. There's not much upside to that right now. But if you can find a small liquidity coin or coins with good teams behind them, with solid use cases and low liquidity, that means it takes a small amount of money for these coins to pump. You get your profit maximization out of that coin, you take your money out, you rinse and you repeat. This cycle is going to make a lot of millionaires. So don't miss it this time around. It may be the last time you do this, unless you have significant sums of money. All right, school time's over. Let's get back to the action. It's now 10:56. We've got about 4 minutes left to go to the top of the hour. We have calls on Great British Pound and Micro British Pound. Hold on, I gotta take this. Sorry about that, guys. That was my mom. So we wait to the top of the hour. And is it 15 minutes? I just don't want to wait any more time, but fine, whatever. I'll wait to call out the Great British Pound trades as well. Only because we're getting GBP versus United States dollar. Again, we got about 2 minutes left to go. It looks like Euro versus NZD may have already run off on us, but we'll see here in a second. All right, well, I have you guys' attention. And again, if you haven't already done so, drop me a follow. It's a click. Like the video, depending on the platform you're on. And turn on the notifications if you have access to those to keep alive when I go live in the market. I'm the Pimp Messiah. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, Kick, Nemo TV, Amazon TV, Apple TV, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And I also stream live on LinkedIn. Go live every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 a.m. Central Standard Time to 4 a.m. Central Standard Time for London, and for 8:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time for New York. We are going long today because I promised to get those signals out. And I also do call trades 24/7 for the crypto market. So looks like we have more dings. I'm not staying for those extras. Let's see what we've got. We got silver. And we got Euro versus NZD, which already hit take profit, which means the 30-minute is gone. All right, we got the mark off for US 30. It is selling off to 45 points. Sure, we're gonna get a max here. You got to be kidding! It gave us the Nasdaq 100 on a 1 hour. If I'm around my computer, I'll call that one out. But yeah. It also gave us the US 30 on a 30-minute, but that won't show itself till 11:30. 45.64 down. It's going to be the future on the US 30. Also the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Oops. One. My phone is exploding with freaking notifications. It says YM1. This is the US 30 Dow Jones Industrial Average. Right here, actually gave us a better entry, so we're going to take that. 45.685 to 649. It's going to be a 5.58 risk. Now, if you're going to take this future for the US 30, it takes a lot of margin to get in this damn thing, but this is a monster trade. you're likely going to make somewhere around $7,200 off of it when it wins. We have entry at 46,375. We have stop at 46,505. And it's 130 pips. Take profit is 45,649. 5649. And that's for 726. All right, sorry. Took a while to type this one. Okay. This is YM1. This is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's future 15-minute sell. Your entry price is 46375.00. Your stop loss is 46505.00 for 130 pips. And your take profit is 45649 even for 726 pips. Risk reward ratio is 5.58. Again, this is the future on Dow Jones Industrial Average. Next up, we have the futures on the mini Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's going to be targeting 45,656. Requires significantly less levers to get into. Going to make a nice little quick $700 off of this if you do enter. Not bad for a nice little Scooby snack. Yes, ma'am. All right, I'm on the way. All right, be right back, guys. Gotta grab some. Wonderful. Now I don't have to cook. All right, let me let my mom out. That should do it. All right, we got the mini Dow Jones Industrial Average. 15-minute sell, and the risk is 3.55. We've got entry at 46,356. It's moving very fast. Jesus. Might hit take profit this candle. 46,553. This is 497 pips. And we got take profit at 45,656. And that's going to be for 700 pips. One of those damn days, huh? all of the angry beeping of alerts today. Sorry about that. That kind of threw me off my rhythm a little bit. All right, we have MYM1. This is the mini Dow Jones Industrial Average. 15-minute sell. Entry price is 46356 even. Stop loss is 46553 even for 197 pips. Take profit is 45656 even for 700 pips. Risk to reward ratio of 3.55. It will take you around $70 to $80 to get into that trade, but it's going to win you about $700. So congratulations in advance. This is moving quite fast. I have no doubt that's going to hit take profit. None at all. And with that, we are done for the morning. I will see you guys bright and early for London, 2 a.m. Central Standard Time, and then for New York for 8:30 Central Standard Time tomorrow. Again, if you haven't already done so, I would certainly appreciate your support. I'm doing this free, so just subscribe, like the video, turn on those notifications to keep abreast of when I do go live in the market. For those of you that are interested in the brokers that I use, if you look at the description to this video, you'll see those. There's Liquid Brokers, LHFX, BTCC, and TopStepX. Those are the 4 brokers that I use to call the 439 assets that we do call every single day. And we do call this across multiple time frames from the 15-minute all the way up to the 6-month. So I do call swing trades as well. Absolutely freaking monster day. I'll find out just how much damage we did in the market shortly. But this is what I love to do. Appreciate you guys' support. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Have a great day. Cheers.